academic money too.
Right. Okay.
So if they want you, they can put together a package. Some of the the D3 schools just don't have as much.
They don't. Right. 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 For Sean, I think if he can get his points up a little bit, what he really wants is just to go to the best school he can go to. He was off.
He wants to do what?
Oh, he just wants to go to the best academic school he can.
And use soccer to get in.
If he can. If that helps, absolutely. And if not, just play club soccer and enjoy himself, I mean...
That's kind of Robert's thinking as well. He would really like to play.
Yeah, Sean would too. He would like to.
Soccer at a really, really good academic school.
Oh! Keep it up, Cam!
I had a little mustard on there, didn't
Anger? That was the payback. That's right.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna. I have a brother, well, 2 brothers in the Boston area, so I'm gonna send Sean for about a week, 10 days next summer, stay with my brother, and then go and do that residential MIT camp. MIT is just about impossible to get into, and it's extremely, extremely long shot, but I want to give him that opportunity to.
Bayside who did at a camp and ended up going to MIT.
You remember the name?
Will Gray.
I should give them a call, the Grays, and give them a call and say, how'd you do it, man?
Down at Orange Beach, Willie Gray, the daddy owns the Bloody Tees.
Really?
Well done, boys. Well done.
Franchise, or he owns Bloody Tees.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not super smart, obviously.
Obviously. That's tremendous. I didn't even know that we had someone from Bayside make it there.
Yeah. He may still be there. He may have graduated, or I've even heard he may have left.
Okay.
I know he was there for 2-3 years.
We just loved the sense of excitement there at the campus, and my brother's wife is a librarian there, and so we got a little bit of a enhanced tour, Just saw all the offerings, and it's just a playground. It's a giant playground for smart kids just to have fun, and I wish I could have gone there. I'll tell you what.
It's a great school.
Yeah, but he has some others, but I say, hey man, you can have your fantasy school, and then maybe, but you got to have a lot of backups too.
Yeah. Yeah, schools like that are going to turn down kids with, all the IB or AP classes.
They can pick whoever they want.
Perfect scores, and
yeah,
it's still going to turn them down.
Oh, you're right.
Many applicants.
Absolutely, and they can just pick and choose whatever kind of class they want to build, along whatever dimensions they want to pick. Yep. Same thing with Stanford. And speaking of Stanford, have y'all looked at Samford?
We have not.
Yeah, I could see if.
Don't even know if they have a. I'd like him to go outside the state.
Okay, yeah.
If he stays in state, he says he's interested in engineering. He'll probably go to Auburn.
Sure.
But I'd like him to have an experience in going somewhere else.
Yeah, I stayed in my hometown for college, and then went to New York for grad school, and that was fun as well.
Yeah.
But I kind of wish I had done it backwards, cost-wise.
Yeah. Where did you go in New York?
I was at the New School for Social Research, which is part of the Eugene Lang College, and then I went to what's called CUNY, City University of New York.
Yeah.
I was at the Graduate Center on 42nd Street. And I did 4 years there, and I changed from my master's to my doctoral institution, so I took a little extra time, but I'm glad I did.
Those look like our uniforms.
New York State has just passed a law where it's set to roll out maybe next year, where you're going to get free in-state tuition if you're a New York State resident for the public universities there.
Is it like, some of the other states where you have to have a certain GPA?
I believe there are some minimums, yes sir. But
Georgia has the Hope Scholarship. I think Florida has something similar.
Arkansas as well, through the Walmart Foundation.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So it's a little bit similar to that, but as opposed to, I think it's a little bit less academically based and a little bit more People's Republic of New York, you know, you live here, you get it kind of thing.
Kind of the Bernie Sanders free education.
A little bit,
Yeah.
Bernie. I can smell a little bit of Bernie burning on that idea. I can.
You know, if we could afford it, I think it's a great idea to give more people
Yes.
college educations.
Yes.
It'll benefit society, no question.
Oh, I know. I like a lot of those ideas. It's just it's not clear how to pay for them. Yeah. Well, it's funny. I mean, there's that one poll. I don't know if it was a Quinnipiac poll or AP or whatever. It came out basically saying that, like, you know, it was 52% of voters thought that college was more harmful than beneficial to society. This was among 51. This was among Republican voters.
Oh, because they're too liberal.
I think so. Yeah, corrupting the youth's mind and whatnot. But also in terms of, honestly, I don't think it's all political. I think it's also the explosion of tuition. I work at a college, and sometimes I feel like we do more harm than good because of the cost.
Well, in South is a fraction of the cost of
It is.
many schools.
It is. I think it's a good value.
Yeah, I do too.
But our tuition, when I got to South Alabama, it was less than $1,000. No, it was. I'm trying to think. 3 credit courses. It was about less than $400 per credit hour, and now it's over $6 in 10 years. So it's it's up a full third. Wow. And you think about workers' salaries, including our salaries, are pretty much flat from 10 years ago. So maybe we haven't grown as fast, but Mobile, Baldwin County is not paying their workers enough to send their own kids to our schools. So that turns into student loan debt, and then that shackles people for their whole lives. I'm glad Sean's okay. Sean and Ty did an air hug.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad I was zoomed out for that one.
The more we're looking at colleges, the more I think we've got some kind of problem that we've got to figure out how to address.
Oh yeah.
With all these schools costing $50,000 to $70,000 a year.
Yeah.
It becomes an education only for the very wealthy.
Yes, sir. I agree.
Or the very poor that they'll get enough money that they can.
Oh yeah. No, if you're between $60,000 and $200,000 a year, God help you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right where we are too, because my wife, she just got a new position that she worked very, very hard for. She's going to be working longer hours, doing more. And we're realizing now we're just clipped over into a tax bracket now, and so we're going to get penalized for that hard work.
What?
Good job, Nate! Nate says no, no, no.
People talk about that tax bracket penalty. There's really not a penalty.
Right.
Because the bracket only applies to the additional money.
Correct.
So you're still making more money.
No, agreed. It does feel a little bit like a slap.
Yeah, it's not like the bracket applies to everything you made below.
No, correct. I grew up in Colorado, and so I was used to higher taxes and higher property taxes in particular.
Much higher, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I was kind of accustomed to that sort of that way of thinking. But honestly, I mean, we had beautiful parks, beautiful bike trails.
You get what you pay for.
Well, I mean, there's some of that. I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of excessive taxation, but yeah, I mean,
Colorado probably has very good public schools.
Yes, parks and trails. Well, and what we did is we have a very sinful lottery system in Colorado that resulted in enhancements to to open spaces and K-12 funding.
That's what they use the lottery for.
Yes, sir. That's correct. I mean, so, I understand there's a lot of people with a lot of objections to gambling and lottery, and with some very good reason. I mean, gambling can have a very negative impact on a community, but overall, scratching a ticket once a month, and if you're paying for schools, it's not the worst thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Good play, keeper. Oh, he got kind of muscled out of position, didn't he?
He's got Joe out of the game, doesn't he? I didn't notice that.
Giving him a rest, maybe. With a lead, with a few goals up, it's really probably great to have Joe out to make sure he doesn't turn an ankle or something for tomorrow.
Yeah.
My understanding is tomorrow is, stats-wise, supposed to be a tougher game.
Maybe that was a game Robert was telling me about. I don't know.
Okay.
That is true.
Stop doing it.